Welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here doing the weekly reading for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the week of November 7th through to the 14th. I am going to be focusing on home and relationships this week due to the full moon in Taurus on the weekend I'm doing these readings. So of course, Taurus rules the second house, and the second house rules such things as possessions, values, relationships, beauty, art, and on the body, it includes the jaw, the throat, and singing and speaking. So whatever is most prominent in your life this week, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them too. Hopefully you find them helpful and healing. So what does Libra need to know about home and relationships this week? All right, Libra, so just a little snapshot of what's going on here with all of these cards together. This looks like a really interesting and rather settling week for you, frankly. Either you are, will be, or are coming to terms with something this week. Again, with the focus on home and relationships, it could just be an understanding of where you fit in. It could even be a really nice level of acceptance of both yourself and others. Really just understanding that we can't change other people and we really are only responsible for changing ourselves, but also understanding the power that comes with that and how influential that can be. It looks like that whatever you've already begun here, either a project or a theme, concept, relationship, housing situation, even art project for yourself here, I would continue going in that direction, as it looks as though it's giving you a great deal of excitement, and it's a great deal of energy around that concept or theme for you this week. In fact, you could have your excitement could have very little to do with the business world this week, and just have everything to do with what you consider maybe an art or a volunteer project. So a lot of energy generated around that this week. Could also be that you're finally feeling comfortable in a situation, primarily around home, under the theme of home and relationships, that there's a new comfort or a new level of comfort that's being felt by all parties here, but generally with you, and it's just a huge sense of relief. So yeah, there could even be a huge worry off your mind this week as well. So that's what I'm seeing here with all these cards together. Let's look at why I would have said that for your overall reading as a snapshot. Go the distance represents you this week in your central position. And this is where, the race isn't over, but you're almost there. And this is a race with yourself, right? You've designed this. You've created something that's full of energy, full of life and spirit, something incredibly close to your heart here. something that's probably going to generate, if not more income, if not more accolades, if not more influence, it will generate a greater self-respect, okay? And a greater feeling of knowing that you can push through something that you, for whatever reason, found difficult to get involved in, or had put off, or just didn't think you were ready or qualified for. And now you're seeing the seed turn into fruit like this. You're seeing it fruitful for you, and you are excited by that. That's very enlivening to you. And you can see here, even with the end of the race flag near the cheetah, who is really just going at the speed of light here, her spots are sort of coming off. There's no slowing down here. So you're going to feel possibly a compulsion to keep going with something, but again, something that's going to award you here. So the only caveat would just be not to tire yourself out. But you know, if this is all under the auspices of generating an enormous good feeling in your life, or a great deal of happiness, or a feeling of personal success, I wouldn't, worry too much about that at all here. I would just keep going and know that you have what it takes, know that you're ready, and keep feeling positive about this. I mean, this is really just a beautiful theme to bring, especially to the end of the week, which looks like you're ready for anything. Now a problem has been solved, or you've discovered something new about yourself, which is even more exciting, that you can sort of project or inject into all areas of your life. That's extremely positive for you. In the influence to your current position is happy, happy. This is really just a joyful card. We do have the egg symbolism here and the balloons. I'm kind of losing light here. Sorry about that. But we have, some party themology here with the confetti. She's got flowers in her hair. She's sort of dancing on this egg with the keyhole. So two major symbolisms here. The egg is always about this internal creation. Something's being sort of incubated. And it's very, very exciting. And this is what I mean about you sort of drawing this into the rest of your week. And of course the key, which essentially always means this is within. It could have been something that you were aware of for a long time that you had within and you couldn't reach for whatever reason, right? Wasn't the time, didn't have the energy, whatever the reason was. And now you are able to do that. Or you were misled, like the rest of us, into thinking that it was external to us, right? The sense of peace or the sense of value system or belief system for yourself. Or even love and beauty, as it were, or relationships with our, cultural understanding of them. It's like if you decide what that is, you can get exactly what you want because you've created the prototype for what's perfect for you. And you can only find that within. So that's what seems to be going on here. And of course, we have the hummingbird dancing to the right of her, and the hummingbird represents joy. It could represent freedom as well, but there's a great deal of joy here. Happy, happy is essentially a celebration, feeling very celebratory, and that it's continued to, uplifting here for you. And poised with your probable outcome. This is you really feeling ready for anything, feeling like you can solve any problem, you can defeat any monster here. And also not only being ready and able to do something, but also feeling appreciated, which is really part and parcel of relationships, including the ones we have with ourselves. Whenever I say relationships, I always include ourselves, right? Yes, we have external relationships, but we have to love and respect and treat ourselves kindly. So, and by doing this, by creating that norm for yourself, you can create those healthy boundaries, and other people will treat you accordingly. And it also is projected. You can teach other people how to treat themselves kindly and appropriately as well. You could also be feeling extremely excited here. There could be an actual celebration that sweeps you off your feet. Okay, you could be meeting someone who you've always wanted to meet here. Someone could really surprise you here and take your breath away in a really beautiful way. This week as well, and it emboldens you, okay? Whether that's a lasting relationship, you're emboldened by that. And here with chopped wood, this is general energy for the whole week. This is really just feeling as though you are part of something bigger than yourself, right? That we're all here together to do something together, that no man or no woman is an island is another way to frame this as well. It is about duty. There is a great significance around duty here. Chopping wood is really about preparation, right? You want to chop wood, you want to gather those seeds, you want to can those goods. I mean, it is the time of year to do that, but in that preparation, you don't have to worry, right? You can open up your heart and your mind and your experiences to other events because you have prepared. And in doing so, you've also recognized that there is a sense of humility involved there, that we are merely organic beings on this planet, and we really only affect and have power over so much. And I really feel like you're either coming to terms with that, or you have come to terms with that recently, Libra. And there is a sense of relief that comes with that. Like, we really only control ourselves, right? And even in saying that, I mean, several times a day, I find that, you know, just personally, you almost have to make it a habit. Like, you have to be in control of your mind and your thoughts and your emotions. And so there is a relief that comes with saying, oh yeah, no, I can't control someone else. And I don't, and you know, further to that, I don't want to. I really like controlling myself and being responsible for myself, and being around other people who believe that about themselves as well. So, but as well with a sense of humility, there could be, especially with being poised here at the end, feeling really excited and emboldened by something, like I said, could take your breath away, and you're a lot more excited by it, or enamored with it than you thought you would have been. Yes, it could be a romantic relationship, but it doesn't necessarily mean it was a romantic relationship. One of your qualifier cards here is surrender and release. I think this is really another level of just absolving yourself from fear, absolving yourself from having to know all the answers, right? That is such a burden. That is such a burden. And Librans, you know, you're the scales, right? And you really put a lot of your time and energy and effort into seeing both sides. You really want to weigh that and make the right decision. But we simply can't be in control of everything. And even having that feeling like we should be, or worse, feeling like we're out of control about what other people are doing, or even about events in our own lives, what we can take solace in is that we do have control over ourselves. So if you are struggling for any reason with that this week, I will suggest that you surrender the need to know all the answers, surrender the need to have control or to control other people or outcomes, and to release all fear around outcomes here. I think this will help to ameliorate any sense of fear or you know, this gnawing dissatisfaction with events if that were to occur for you. I also compare this to the Aquarius star card in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, so there could be some Aquarian themes for you here. And of course, Aquarian rules the 11th house, which is friends, wishes, and group projects. Let's just get a final card for you here. Ooh, we have weaving. So this is where something is going to be building on itself here, something very exciting weaving itself into your life, or something weaving itself into coming into fruition. It's a beautiful card, not only about our connectedness to all things and about how all events and things and people are truly related, but a sense of creativity as well. Recall that the spider builds her own web, okay? And this is her creation. It's unique to her. So this is actually a beautiful week to go about in the creative process. Perhaps you've just gone through something here and you've learned to trust yourself through a phase of things, or you've learned to accept yourself exactly who you are, and now you can express, now you can create. It's a very, very beautiful card to have, very powerful card to have here. The only caveat that you don't want to get caught up in someone else's weaving, okay? Particularly when we're looking at gossip or talking, or even events in other people's lives. You can be happy for them, but not get caught up in that. This is still your life, your goals, your themes, and to create this week. So that is your reading for the week, Libra. I really hope that you enjoyed that. If you have a second, please comment below. If you like this video, please leave a like. And if you like the content, you can subscribe to my channel. It's free to do that. So until I meet you in the next video, take excellent care of yourself. Bye for now.